So in this video, we're going to look at setting up your elevation views to create drawings from them. In the last video, we went around our floor plan and we added dimensions. So we dimensioned all the windows, doors, contours of the house, the overall dimensions of the house, as well as getting into the rooms. And now we're going to be focusing on these elevation views. We'll have to do all four of them. So we'll just start with the top one, which is the east. If I double click the east elevation view, here it is. A couple things I want to change is I've got these levels, the datum lines for the different levels that we use are kind of pushing up to and into the house right now. And also we even have a little bit of our house view cut off. The right side of the house here, it looks like it's kind of chopped off. So we're going to fix these things. The first thing we can do is this basement ceiling. We haven't used it in the project. We did set it up at the beginning of the project, but since it wasn't used, it doesn't have any value for us. We're going to delete it. So I've left clicked on it. I'm going to hit the delete key on my keyboard. It's going to give me a warning that it's deleting this level in several different views. I'm going to go ahead and click OK to accept that. Okay, so that's gone. We don't have to deal with that one anymore in any of these views. So right up front, we've created a little less work for ourselves. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to change the crop of this. So it's kind of cropped, and that's why we're missing the right-hand side of this. Right here, you've got the image or the icon to show your crop region. So if I click that, I get a box. It shows me what exactly is being shown and what's being cropped out of here. So if I click on the box, I can use the blue grips to resize it. Okay, and I want to show the house plus a little bit on all four sides of this crop box. So I'm going to come on the right. I'm going to push this out so we can see. I also want to give a little bit extra room over here so I can fit these labels for the level lines kind of inside that crop region. And come up top here and pull this down. And from the bottom, I can push it up. Okay. Now, another thing you'll probably notice is that our labels are a little out of line. I can see that all but one of these are in line with each other. So we're going to work on aligning these things next. What might be the easiest is if we put grade in the same spot as these other levels. So if I click, you can see my cursor is. I have to come up here and click this kind of circle. And that lets me pull this over. Now I'm moving my cursor down, and you can see the dashed blue line that's showing us that it's aligned with these other levels. So if I pull my cursor down, I still have the left button on my mouse click, by the way. I'm pulling it down. Now I'm going to let go. And that puts everything in line with each other, which is nice. So if I come here to one of these other ones, say the first floor, and I zoom in, I grab that little tiny blue dot, I can pull all of these levels in at the same time. They should all move at once. Okay. I'm going to take a look and see if any of the levels are on top of each other. So in other words, is TO footing sitting on top of the numerical value for basement? No, it's not. This all looks good. So that view is set up. I'm actually going to come over here onto the left side and just kind of show the idea of how you can move all these lines at once. I'm going to grab that blue grip. I'm just going to drag it right to the edge of my crop box. And that's it. So I've got my east view here. This is set up, and we'll go do one more together to give you the idea, and then you'll carry on and finish off these other four. So I double click the north view. You can see it's fairly messed up. I see some of my house, but a lot of it's missing. So again, we're going to click on the show crop region, and the crop box, we're going to make that a little bigger. We can get all the house in here. So I'm moving to the left. That's a good spot. I'm going to grab over here on the right and drag this out. I want to see the whole house, plus add a little bit of room so I can fit all the labels for my levels. to the right of the house. I'm gonna pull it to about there. Finally on the bottom, I can move that up a little bit. And the top, I have to move it up. You can see it's just cutting off the top of the roof. This looks decent. And we're gonna get these level labels out of the house. I can click this one. You can see it's pre-aligned with some other levels, which is nice. We're going to click on the blue dot and we're going to pull all of these out together away from the house. Now we missed a few. Okay, so foundation, we got to get out here. Grade's got to get pulled into the left. So we'll just kind of do these one at a time. When they're sitting out by themselves, the grip you might need to pull is this empty circle. I click and drag that. And I get it into the area where it's close to the other ones, and then I'm going to move my mouse up. And what I'm looking for is this blue dashed line. It's kind of hit and miss a little bit. I see it there, so I'm going to let go. All right. Now it's aligned with these four, sort of these other three that were already aligned with each other. We'll go to foundation. I'm dragging the cursor up a little bit. That's aligned. Next, we'll do the same thing with grade. Pull that in. That's aligned. And finally, we got the bottom of the footing, BO footing. Get that. Click here. Drag it over. Align it with the other stuff. Now we've got a little bit of cleanup work to do here. Grade needs to come down a bit. It's sitting on top of the foundation, and BO footing is kind of sitting on top of a couple things. So I always like to grab the bottom one and adjust that first. So if you recall from the create levels video, if we click on that little icon, I'm not even sure what to call it, but we'll just call it the squiggly. I can grab on the blue dot, I can drag that over, and then the one below, I want to line that up vertically with the blue dot above and drop it there. So now basement reads clearly, so does TO footing, and so does BO footing. Next, grade, we're going to click the line break icon, that's a better name for it. And we're going to line it up with some of this other stuff. Drag over, align. Now, if I'm being fussy, which I think I will be, I want this break on the first floor datum line to line up with grade, with basement and all the way down. So I'm going to move basement until it tells me it's lined up. Okay. Over here, let's see if we can do it. Just pull that over a little bit. And then I grab the bottom one. I'm going to do that one first. Top one. Okay, align. There you go. So that's what you're aiming for. We've done the east and the north. Yeah, we'll line these up. So if I grab this blue grip, I'm going to drag it right to the left of my crop box here and just drop it there. This level is kind of hard to select. I'm going to zoom in on it so I can get it. Pan over. And we'll grab that dot or circle, pull it over. And most of these are cleaning up. We're just going to grab this one. Pull back, and TO footing comes out. And I think we're actually missing BO footing. Yeah, it's sitting back here in the house, so we'll have this one join the party over here on the left. And that's it. Okay, so these are your elevation views set up. Carry on, do your south and your west, and we will see you in the next video.